Hello my pretty blossoms, welcome to Unbroken Blossom. My name is Latridia. Today we will be making perfect bound notebooks. These are what I will be making in the video today. These notebooks are just notebooks that have taken loose leaf paper, glued it together, created a spine, and then put it together. So I'm going to show you how it's done. And remember, let's grow, develop, and blossom. Let's get started. As you can see, this is all of our supplies that we are going to need. So we have quite a bit, but they will all be used and I'll show you how to use them. So right now, here we go. This is how I'm creating the covers. So I was working in Canva. I have the Canva Pro, but you can also do pretty much everything in the basic Canva, the free version, so that you can go ahead and create the design just like you want to see it and what you want to achieve. As you can see, I just had found this flower in the background, which is distressed, which I really like, but I was trying to see if I could create the same or something very close to it by finding some distressed backgrounds or distressed images or things like that. But as you can see, I struggled a little bit and wasn't able to quite get something that would fit and still keep the same vibe of what was going on with the front cover. So I was able to just keep looking and just coming up with what I felt like was going to be a good fit for it. So, and everything was a no. It just wasn't working out. So as I kept going, I kept just looking for what was going to happen. And then, you know what? I found that perfect piece, and that was it. I love the character of this yellow image that I put. It matched with the flowers. I thought it would be a great match for this notebook. So right now, here I am putting the letters and all the images and making sure they're the size I want it to be, creating the fonts and all of that stuff to make sure it says what I want, to make me feel good, or make me feel encouraged and want to write within this notebook / journal. So just taking my time and getting everything right and making it look just the way I want it to look, and just being happy with what I was coming up with and making sure that it just gave off that what I wanted to see. So here we go. Right now I am showing you how to laminate a cover, but we are not doing a heated lamination. We're actually doing a cold lamination. So what I'm going to do is put on an adhesive laminate sheet, which means that it is sticky and it's not sealed. It's not an envelope, but it's just an adhesive laminate sheet that I'm putting on there. There is one that has a built-in hinge, but that's not the brand that I'm using. So I'm using this brand to give me the sheet. So as you can see, I'm trying to get it lined up so that it will be able to go through evenly when it goes through the laminating machine. The laminating machine that I am using is a cold and hot laminating machine. So I'm just going to use the cold version of that so that it'll go through and give it a smooth laminating. If you did not have the laminating machine, you can also always just use a ruler, the straight edge of the ruler, and pull it out like that after you put the hinge on there. You can always do that too if you don't have a laminating machine. But the laminating machine really does a good job in making sure that you're able to get a nice even cling to it. So you can see that I need to trim the edges around that, and I will take care of that to make sure that all of those are trimmed. And so you just see me doing the other covers. I created 2 more covers while I was over in Canva, and I just printed them all out as you saw with the supplies that I had. So I just speeded up the rest of the sheets as they were coming out. I speeded up the video for the rest of the sheets as they were coming out. So now we're moving over to the scoring board. And so with the scoring board, you have to do the scores in there so that the book will be able to fold correctly. As you can see, I was actually a little off because I was thinking that the book was 5 and I was trying to do it on the 5, but instead I had to do it because it was a 5.5 and I wanted a 1/4 inch of a gap in there. I had to go back and resize on what I did, recalculate what I was doing, but I got it to work out. So I was able to see what it was I wanted to do. And as you'll see, I'll score the paper 4 times, 2 on the front and 2 on the back. The 2 on the back are for the glue to set in so that you will be able to put the loose sheets in once you have it. I don't show where I print the papers and cut them up, but it's just some basic line paper that I just cut in half. And so you'll see that I scored, and you have to be careful because with this scoring board, the lines are close. So if you're not taking your time, you can cross over into another line. So you just have to be careful when you're doing that. And so I was getting those lines in there and getting that crease really good so that it will be able to fold properly. And as you see, now I'm getting ready to do the other 2 lines in order to make the book where it gives a hinge on the book so it doesn't stress it where you put in the glue in the pages, so it doesn't stress that part of the book. It will give it some fold or whatever, so you'll be able to bend the book easily without it putting too much stress on the glued, where the glue is setting at and the pages are at, so your pages don't start falling out once you have your book put together. And so I am scoring it twice, like doing it twice, because I do have the laminate on there, and that is a 110-pound paper of cardstock. So the paper is kind of thick. So I'm folding it back, as you can see. So I'm folding it back so that the hinges of the outside of the book will be able to fold back easily without it affecting the spine of the book. And now I'm folding for the spine of the book to be able to take the pages in pretty nicely, and I'm using the bone folder. I didn't really get that part in there, but you just take the bone folder and scrape it along the spine of the book, and you will be able to do that. It's pretty easy. If you get fancy enough, you probably can go ahead and get an automatic creaser, which I do have one, but I just didn't want to pull it out. But the automatic creaser will just do a whole lot better once you get the machine set up. But this is pretty reasonable. You learn with the basics and then you grow, and that's the thing. And so we always want to grow, blossom, and become developed in what we do. We want to always improve our skill set so that we become the best at whatever it is we're doing. You don't want to just be mediocre. You want to try to be the best at what you're doing, at least for your own comfort and your own benefit. So I'm just doing the rest of these, and I speeded up the video as I scored the rest of them. So you'll see that I did on these right here. I got the measurements right this time on where to put the scores at. So I was able to go ahead and do it and get them done. So you just go ahead and see that, you do what you have to do. But it's fun. I like it. I love the fact that I created the different designs, and they're all look a little different from one another. So you get to express yourself in your creativity, that today if you want to be floral, or tomorrow you want this type of floral design that's more traditional, or you want the other type of floral design which more whimsical, or you just want some that's just distressed and got character. You get to express yourself when you create your own notebooks, or you create your own covers and things like that. So this is always a treat to be able to see, the different facets of your own personality. So I think that's a great thing. So here I am. As you can see, the pages have already been cut, but now I'm applying the glue strips. Applying the glue strips here within the groove of the book, so that I'm able to take the loose pages together and tamp them out so that they can be even and put in there, and so I can take it and get the book where everything fits in there and fits in there snugly, so that you're able to take it and do what you need to do and get them all done. So the first two books were kind of easy, but the second book I was having a little problem. The third book, I was having a little problem, with the way it was scored and the way that the glue wasn't cut as even. So it was causing there to be like a little budge and all of that stuff. So the book wasn't completely settling like it needed to be. So with this one, because I was so distressed, as we say, with me trying to get that to fit properly and all of that stuff, I wind up putting the pages in backwards. I'm going to tell on my own self, because I'm sure you'll notice it when I open the pages that it's like, wait, with the thermal machine. So the thermal machine is the machine that will, at the bottom there's a heating plate, and you will put the book down in there, the spine of the book down in there. It will melt the glue, and then you will take it out, make sure all the pages are in there by tapping it around on the table, or by, as you'll see me taking my finger and running it through there. It is hot, don't get me wrong, but we all can stand a little heat, and you just run your finger to make sure the glue fits in there, and when the glue cools, it'll make sure all the pages are there. When it comes to this machine, when you turn it on, it will flash until it turns green, like it's done now, to let you know you can now put it in. As you can see, I do have a piece of regular copy paper wrapped around it, because it is got the laminate sheet on there. So you don't want to melt the laminate, because it is a type of plastic. So you just want to make sure you don't get the glue and all of that stuff stuck down in there, or you're going to have to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? And we don't do that. I'm a messy crafter, but some things I'm just not willing to do. So anyway, so as when it turns green, that means that it's ready. And so it's ready, and then when you get ready to put the next one in, you put it on the back side where there's a pull out where it'll hold the book in place while it cools off. So now that we've taken all of that, as you can see, there was some overhang on the pages. So now we take it to the guillotine or the paper cutter, and then we'll take it there and we'll cut off all of the excess pages that's hanging outside of the cover. The cover again was just a 8.5 by 11 printed in landscape style, so that you're able to get it to go across. And the book, the final measurements of the books is like 5 1/4, a little over 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, so that you're able to do that. So this is an image of my notebooks, and I just want to thank you for watching. This is all three of the notebooks. I'll show you. See, this was the one that I put the pages in backwards in, but the notebook itself still turned out pretty good. As you can see that these were able to fold in. So I just want to say thank you again for watching. Remember to always grow, develop, and blossom each day. As we do these things, as we go forth and show forth what we can do, and just do happy crafting. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Unbroken Blossoms, because, well, we need you. We need to make this channel become something great. And I ask y'all to have a great day, my blossoms, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.